There's only enough room for one can in the wrestling business, at least according to Nick. Well, here, maybe two cans, but one of them is not Tony. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And WWE President Nick Khan, he's been talking about all Elite Wrestling. He's been talking about some of the AEW wrestlers potentially coming over to WWE when their contracts run out. But he said it in the respectful manner to the guy that pays those wages, that not being Tony Khan, but Shadiq Khan himself. So Nick Khan definitely took a shot here at Tony Khan. Shadiq Khan may be the father, he might have the money, he might be the guy that put the silver spoon into Tony Khan's mouth, but let's be honest, Shadiq Khan hasn't got a clue about AEW. He probably doesn't even know what wrestling is, for God's sake. He appeared once on the show, watched his son get beat up, and he looked like he didn't have a clue what was happening. He looked confused, and he's probably going to be even more confused after this. But yeah, let's talk about it. So WWE President Nick Khan was doing an interview with Bill Simmons. It was on a podcast, and he was asked about AEW and talents, and he said he was expecting more talents from All Elite Wrestling to leave the promotion and jump ship to WWE when they are able to do so. So when asked about AEW and their wrestlers by Bill Simmons, this is what this is what Nick Khan said. There's too many cans here, and I can't do it. But anyway, this is what Nick Khan, WWE President, said. He said, quote, "In terms of the other wrestling promotional company, they have a lot of talented wrestlers, and we're happy about that. When contractually they are available to talk to and have conversations with, assume a number of them will come over. Nothing but respect to the father who finances it and owns the Jaguars and all those other things." End of quote. So he went on to say, forget about what he went on to say, right? The main thing is here, he has talked about AEW and he's put over Shadiq Khan. He's talked about respect to Shadiq Khan, who finances it, and the Jaguars and that other stuff. But he didn't mention Tony. And this is a dig. He meant this 100%. And that is disrespectful in my opinion. I mean, we've all kind of said it, alright? We've all made jokes about how Shadiq Khan is the man that basically finances it. He's Tony's father. He's the guy that has allowed this to happen. He was the one that was rich, and Tony was just fortunate enough to be his son. But still, I mean, Tony Khan is the guy that runs AEW, and he does it badly, but he still runs it either way. He's the guy that makes shit happen. Shadiq Khan doesn't know shit about AEW. And let's talk about Nick Khan. This guy claims he's the president. This guy's talking about bringing people in. He ain't bringing anybody in. He ain't put any of his money into WWE. He's not financing WWE. So if he wants to take a dig at Tony Khan for not having his own money and not being the guy that, built these enterprises and like paid for these promotions and paid for these sports teams and whatnot, then what the fuck is Nick Khan paid for, He just sits next to Triple H like an overrated bastard. Screw Nick Khan. And you know what? Screw Triple H as well. Yeah, how did Triple H get in charge? How did Triple H become the CEO? He slept with the boss's daughter. So, this is like the pot calling the kettle black here. Taking a dig at Tony Khan, while the guy that he works with, Triple H, the guy that everybody seems to love, the only reason he's in charge is because he slept with Stephanie McMahon. So, I do have to defend Tony Khan here. We've all made a joke about how Tony, is using his dad's money and whatnot. But that's his dad, that's his father, that's his bloodline. Triple H has basically stolen the company away from Vince McMahon because he banged his daughter over 25 years ago. And he wants to have a go at Tony Khan. Well, him and Triple H are only sitting in that chair. I don't know how Nick Khan, to be honest, is sitting in that chair. Doesn't deserve to be sitting in that chair. Doesn't deserve to be the WWE president. What history? What's this guy done in the wrestling business? Just a hire. Just a company man hire. What's this guy done in the wrestling business over the years, over the decades? He's done nothing. He wasn't one of the boys. He didn't get backstage. He didn't put in hours. He didn't put in the grind. He didn't put in the hard work. He's not got hours in a ring or whatnot. This was just a guy that basically come in. He's an outsider. He's a fucking outsider. And he's coming in and he's licking Triple H's arse. He's pretending that the WWE is great when it is far from great. You know, this guy's just as responsible as Triple H. You've got to hold him up there. I don't give a fuck. Nick Khan, Triple H, Lee Fitton, Shawn Michaels, they're all contributing to a big pile of hot steaming shite. And he's gonna take a dig at Tony Khan because Tony Khan's dad's the one with the money. Well, you know, WWE's the one with the money, prick. You don't have money, you're not doing anything. Yet Triple H didn't invest billions of dollars into this company, you know, it's an absolute joke. And so what? Tony Khan's dad's rich, but Tony Khan's the guy that runs AEW. I do think it's disrespectful to, you know, take that dig here and call it. Well, he didn't even mention Tony Khan, but you know, he knows what he was doing. He was taking a shot here. He was taking a shot big time by giving credit to Shadiq Khan, but didn't say. And he even said nothing but respect to the father who finances it. I mean, you know, that's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, you could say the same. I mean, you could have said the same about Steph McMahon and Shane McMahon, but I mean, whatever. A guy that wasn't happy with it, though, is none other than Ricochet. He replied to this tweet that tweeted out the quote from Nick Khan, and Ricochet said, quote, "Oh man, these guys fucking suck," end of quote, eye rolling emoji. And, I mean, I think they do, you know. That this comes just... This was on the back of the WrestleMania week, so this was just coming into WrestleMania week. I think it was on the Monday, and this guy's coming out and he's talking about AEW and signing wrestlers from AEW when their contracts run out, and saying, "Oh, congratulations, respect to the Shadiq Khan, the man who finances it." It's like, you know, that is disrespectful to Tony, because I'm pretty sure Tony finances it with his dad's money. But, you know, that's his fucking dad. He's kind of entitled to do that in a weird way. How's Triple H entitled to come in and bang Stephanie McMahon and steal the company away from Shane? I don't see how that's fair. And he's fucking ruined the company. There's no way Shane McMahon would have been worse than what we're seeing, by the way, from Triple H. So yeah, screw Nick Khan. I've never liked Nick Khan. I don't understand why he's the president of this company. He's a fucking nobody. He's done nothing in the wrestling business. He's just an outsider. I read a little bit of his Wikipedia. He did well in other aspects of life and stuff, and financially he seems to be... I mean, he's been in high positions in other places and stuff like that, but fuck him. And then when it comes to wrestling, this guy's a nobody. He's done nothing. Screw Nick Khan. It's one of the rare times I actually think that Ricochet's got a point. Ha ha, as he would say. But yeah, just needless, you know. WrestleMania weekend or WrestleMania week, and this guy's coming out, you know, taking digs at Tony Khan. For what reason? You know. I think if Tony Khan came out and talked about signing WWE wrestlers when they were in contracts coming out the week of All In, and people would look at that and go, "That's pathetic. That's pathetic, Tony. What you doing? Acting like a man-child." But Nick Khan comes out and everyone's bowing down going, "Oh, Nick Khan's great. He's going to sign more wrestlers for AEW and they can become stars. Triple H will make them a star. They won't be a star in that flippy company, but Triple H will make them a star." Triple H ain't going to do nothing. Triple H is going to derail their career. He's going to ram his big nose up their fucking ass and they're going to be stuck there. They're just going to do nothing. They're going to be ruined. So let's not pretend that Triple H is going to make anybody a star. Hell, the guy couldn't even make himself a star. I mean, look how many world titles fucking daddy-in-law, I mean, stepdaddy McMahon had to put on the guy to try and pretend that he was on the level of Rock and Austin. Jesus Christ, Triple H could win 10 billion world titles and he still wouldn't be able to lace Steve Austin's boots. So aye, screw Triple H. WrestleMania 41 was garbage, and aye, that's pretty much it. You know what? 10 reasons why AEW is better than WWE. That's a video coming soon. It's going to be difficult because it's hard to think of 10 reasons why AEW is good, but we're going to try it. We'll find it. We'll make some up. Fuck it. If we can't, we'll maybe get like 2 legit reasons and make up the other 8. But yeah, there you go. 10 reasons why AEW is better. 10 reasons why Nick Khan bloody sucks. How about those apples? Till next time, guys. Hit the like button. Comment down below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Whoa, hold up, wait a minute. One more thing before we end it right there. I also forgot to talk about the fact that Nick Khan came out and he says that WWE are the underdogs, that WWE are always underestimated and all this shit, and it's like, What the fuck is this guy talking about? Seriously, man, grow up. How are WWE the underdogs? It's a professional wrestling business. WWE have never been the underdogs, arguably apart from maybe the 83-week period where WCW was not kissing their ass, kicking their ass. Other than that, I mean, when have WWE ever been the underdogs? Even in that period, people were leaving WWE or WWF to go to WCW, and they were making more money, but WWF was like still kind of considered between the wrestlers. That was like, the company that you truly wanted to be at. If you cared about your future and if you cared about your career from like a wrestling standpoint, you wanted to be in WWF. You want to be a star, you want to be in WWF. If you wanted to make money and maybe, guarantee yourself a contract that I guess in turn also is your future, then WCW may be the company for you. But look, WWE for like pretty much almost their entire existence has been the number one wrestling company in the world, at least in terms of size, structure, financially, ratings, all that shit. Like I said, they had that period where WCW was beating them, but other than that, they've been number one. And this asshole, this fucking loser, Nick Khan, came out and says, quote, "We're always the underdog at WWE. We always feel that people underestimate us and that we're looked down upon, and we like it that way. Like, bet against us. We prefer that, and allow us to show you what we can do." End of quote. Well, Nick Khan, people have been betting against you for a long time now because your product is absolutely bogging. It's absolutely shite, man. It belongs in a toilet bowl. I expect to lift my toilet up when I go and take a number one in a minute, and I'm just going to see a big floating pile of, WWE logo. It's going to be a big pile of shite sitting down the toilet bowl, and it's that big pile of shite. It probably gets stuck into you, Ben. But the problem is here that this guy talks crap. So he deserves to be. He belongs in the toilet. I just don't understand how he's come out and says that WWE is the underdog. I mean, he's talking about signing people for AEW, then he comes out and says that WWE is the underdog. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Just wanted to point that out there. Everybody's underdog in wrestling. WWE's the top dog, and then everyone else are the underdogs. Everyone else is fighting for their life, and WWE's basically the company that runs the show, and they dictate really what happens in the wrestling world. But they are the ones to beat. So I don't know what angle he's trying to play. I mean, even if he's trying to be more general and say like in the world of entertainment, WWE are underdogs, then I mean, I wouldn't even go that far. In the terms of entertainment, nobody even looks at WWE. WWE is irrelevant. WWE is embarrassing. I mean, people don't look at WWE and go, "Oh, they're competitors." People look at WWE and go, "Look at that shit." It is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Peace.